What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Color Nation Media, bringing you another episode of Pokemon X and Y Battle Spot Live 6v6 edition. This is episode number 7, I want to say. Yeah, it's number 7 because we are 6-0 coming into this episode. I don't know how we are. I don't know how we are still undefeated, but we're going to try to extend our streak to 7-0 this time around. We're bringing a new team, which is pretty cool, and I'll go over that in a second, but before I do, just would like to remind you guys, do not forget that if you would like to show some support to the channel and the series, make sure you're clicking that thumbs up button. Make sure you are, or the dislike button, I guess. I mean, if you dislike the video, that's fine too. Make sure you're writing in the comment section below what you thought, you know, how you're feeling, how your day went, anything. Just so that we can get some interaction going, I get your feedback, that kind of thing. Speaking of feedback, I'm thinking of actually changing it. I know just for this series I said we're only going to do 2 matches with the same team before we change it. I think I actually want to go back to 3 because I feel like I get more of a feeling for how the team plays when I do 3 matches as opposed to 2. Sometimes in 2 matches there are like 1 or 2 Pokemon that don't really get in at all and don't really do much. So an extra match will give said Pokemon an extra chance to do something. So I feel like that's better, but how it relates to feedback is that you guys can let me know in the comment section below. What do you prefer? Do you prefer 2 battles with the same team and then switching it up? Because I don't have unlimited Pokemon, so I mean, I don't know, we would start seeing the same faces more and more. If we leave it at 3, like I said, it gives some of the more underused Pokemon some more chances to shine, and then I can try to bring some more unique teams and not overlap as much. But it's up to you guys. I'll let you guys let me know how you feel about it. Now, with that being said, let's go over the team. We've got Autotomize Vanillux, which, I mean, that's basically just there for the dragons. Basically, that's the only reason that it's there. It takes care of grass types that Alomomola doesn't like as well. And Alomomola is our physical wall. It's a Pokemon I haven't used that on the channel at all, so I'm pretty excited to use that. We've got Specially Defensive Mandibuzz. We've got Dragon Dance, Outraging, Haxorus. I think it's also packing the Poison Jab and the EQ. We've got Mixed Electivire, and I think the only special move that it has is Flamethrower, but the rest are physical. Anyway, and then we have Sceptile, which you guys have seen quite a few times on the channel. I usually run it with either Specs or Life Orb. Obviously, we're not running any kind of item because it's an itemless 6v6 battle. So we'll see how things go here. Gotta remember that he's got Hidden Power Fire because I keep wanting it to be Ice. It's not Ice, it's Fire. Gave it Fire on purpose. Need to remember that it's Fire. Wow, okay, we are up against some powerhouses here. I see the Skarm Bliss core, which is one of the most hated cores of all time. Except for maybe the Blissey Gliscor core. That's probably one of the only ones that I dislike more. We also have Greninja, Aegislash, Tentacruel, and the Rotom Wash. So, pretty much all overused Pokemon. Well, I guess Blissey is now UU. And I don't know where Tentacruel is this generation. Maybe it's in UU as well, or RU. I feel like it's a little bit good for RU. Probably UU. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, you can't remember every Pokemon. Anyway, Vanillux doesn't appear to be able to do a whole lot in this battle. Just about every one of his Pokemon resist Ice. Skarmory's the only one other than Blissey, and Vanillux can't do anything to Blissey anyway. So that's not really a good time. Vanillux is going to end up being fodder here. I don't have Rocks on my team, but I do have Defog on Mandibuzz. He's got 3 Pokemon immune to Toxic. This is going to be a tough battle. Yeah, I'm not liking this one so much. But let's see here. Let's see. What do I want to start off with? He's got a huge electric weakness, so I think I actually want to start off with the Electivire. And I'm missing a couple of crucial things from this team, and ultimately that may cost us. The first of which is that I don't have any kind of entry hazards. I don't have Toxic Spikes, or regular Spikes, or Stealth Rock. I do have a way to remove hazards from my side of the field, but the lack of hazards may cause an issue. Oh, he's gonna DC. Okay, that's perfect because I don't want to face this team anyway. Apparently, I was taking too long for him, but that's fine by me. That is perfectly fine by me. Let's get a different battle going because I really feel like that was gonna be a loss. Electivire was gonna have to kill almost everything. Let's go ahead and hit the challenge button, and I'm just choosing random music because why not? How about number 10? Let's go with number 10. That sounds good. See what we get matched up with, if we get matched up with anything, because Sometimes Battle Spot likes to take a long time. No, apparently not. We have David from Wisconsin. So let's see what he is bringing. He's got Salamence, Heracross, Arcanine, Galvantula, Machamp. I was about to say Machop, Machamp, and Togekiss. First thing I notice is the Galvantula, the Sticky Web is real, but we have the Defog, which is great. So we should be able to get rid of that pretty darn easily. I actually should have replaced Knockoff on my Mandibuzz for Foul Play. I just realized that. I carry Knockoff for the utility, but it has no utility in an itemless battle, so that's going to be a waste of time, because that's my only attacking type move. Yeah, that's not going to work out so well. That's not going to work out well at all. I like this team a lot better, or I like how my team matches up against it, rather. And he's got some cool stuff. Heracross with Sticky Web around is just downright dangerous. Downright dangerous. Machamp as well. So we've got some big time threats going here. I really feel like the Galvantula is going to lead off. With that being said, what do I want to lead off with? We don't see Focus Sashes because there are no items. So we can just lead off with something that can kill it. And that would be... Electivire doesn't outspeed it, I don't think. Sceptile does, but I don't think I can kill it in one hit. I mean, I can try HP Fire, but I don't know if that's going to work. And Sceptile doesn't really match up well against anything else on his team, actually, to be perfectly fair. So I think we're actually going to lead off with that. Because I have Flamethrower on Electivire, but that's not going to do much because he's still going to be able to get Sticky Web up. So I would like to get the HP Fire off. I mean, I could just... No. I was thinking we could start off with Electivire, Flamethrower, and that's more likely to kill than HP Fire, I'm thinking. So then the Galvantula would go down and we can just defog the Sticky Web. Just concede the Sticky Web at first and then bring Mandibuzz right in to get rid of it. But anyway, that's besides the point. So we're going to see. He's going to start off with the Galvantula, as I predicted. And let's see. Actually, now that I think about it, Sceptile might be the only thing on my team that actually outspeeds this thing. So if I don't kill him with an HP Fire and he goes for a Bug Buzz, he's going to get Sticky Web up. So that's not a good time. But we're going to go for that HP Fire anyway. Let's go for it. We outspeed. He's staying in. And there it is. Oh, that does a good 75%. And he goes for the Sticky Web. All right. Part of me wants to go for a Leaf Storm, because I'm guessing he knows that that is HP Fire. I'm guessing. What would he switch in on an HP Fire? Arcanine, maybe? For the Flash Fire, if he has that. I mean, I feel like Focus Blast might be better. Bug Buzz is coming if he's going to stay in. He's not going to Volt Switch, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. If Arcanine comes in, I can't really touch him. Will Giga Drain be enough? I don't know that it will. So we're going to go for the Leaf Storm. He is going to withdraw, so he's going to preserve this Galvantula, which is unfortunate, because he sees the Mandibuzz. He's actually going to go out into the Salamence, and he doesn't have to worry about HP Ice. There's the Leaf Storm. That is not going to do much because he quad resists that, and all of our stats are going to fall. Not all of our stats, some of our stats. Some of them. Something is falling. I don't know what it is, but something is falling. With this Salamence in here, I'm guessing he's going to try to do things like Dragon Dance and set up all over the place. Don't know that I want to go into Mandibuzz and take all that damage, because I'm specially defensive, not physically defensive. Alomomola, on the other hand, I guess I can come in and try to Toxic this thing and then stall it out. Do I really have another choice? Not really. Not really. I mean, I can go into Vanillux, but if he's going for a Fire-type move, that's not going to feel so good. So Alomomola is what we're going into. We're going to get caught in the Sticky Web, and it's going to lower our speed, but Alomomola is already slow as can be. So yeah, there's the Sticky Web. Alomomola looks pretty cool in this generation, I have to say. There's the Fire Blast. It does hit us on our weaker, specially defensive side, but it still does almost nothing. Oh my goodness, that does nothing. And with that being said, we can definitely throw up a Toxic here. Or throw out a Toxic, rather. He's just going to go straight up for the Dragon Claw. That's not going to do over 50%, I don't think. Oh, he gets a crit. That is a crit? Are you kidding me? That does nothing. That does absolutely nothing whatsoever. We get the Toxic off, which is great. And at this point, I'm thinking Wish Protect is our best option. Just to try to get back up to full HP, or close to it. He's going to stay in and go for that Dragon Claw again. It doesn't do much. Yeah, that does nothing. That does nothing. I mean, look how much that crit did the first time around. That's just pitiful damage. Coming off a Salamence, I mean, what is Salamance's base attack? Is it like, it's like 135 or something like that. Something ridiculous. He might predict the Protect here. But I'm going to go for it anyway. Because, just in case. Just in case. He is going to withdraw, so he knows the Protect is coming. I guess Scald or Toxic would have been a better play, but that's what we needed to go for. That's just what we needed to go for. Protect fails. We're going to get back up to close to full HP. At this point, unfortunately, my core is weak to Electric-type moves, so I'm going to... If we switch into the Electivire with the Sticky Web up, though, we're still not fast enough. Because we're going to go to -1 and then go back up to neutral. So that's not going to help us. Galvantula still outspeeds. Unless he's running Modest, but none of these ever run Modest. I really feel like that Thunder is coming. But Mandibuzz is not going to like that. And if I go into Sceptile to resist that, yeah, I mean, really my only play is to go into Electivire here. If he goes for the Bug Buzz, that would be the correct prediction. That would be the best play that he could possibly make, is to avoid the Electric-type moves while Electivire is alive. I really don't want this thing to go down, but we're going to see what happens. He goes for the Volt Switch instead, so he's going to raise our speed back up to normal. That was not a good play. That was not a good play at all. Let's see. With the Salamence almost... Well, no, it's not almost dead. What wants to come in here? Will it be the Salamence? Will it be the Salamence? I really don't know. I mean, I kind of want to just go for a Flamethrower. Or I guess I could go for a Wild Charge. I mean, even though it's a resisted hit, I'm pretty sure that would still be enough to take out the Galvantula. He's not going to switch into Togekiss. I feel like the Salamence could be a switch in. We're going to go for the... I'm going to go for the Ice Punch in case that Salamence wants to come in. Oh, he's going to stay in and go for the Bug Buzz, so we need to hope that Ice Punch is enough to take him out. Really need to hope that. It does well over 50% to Electivire, which is unfortunate. And there's the Ice Punch, and it is enough to take this Galvantula out, which is great. Now all we have to do is get Mandibuzz in here to defog, and we'll be in a good position to bring Sceptile back in if we really wanted to, although, as I mentioned, Sceptile doesn't do a whole lot to this team. Really does not. Gotta keep in mind, we are at neutral speed. Salamence is coming in. He does outspeed me. He definitely outspeeds me. What are you gonna go for? I mean, I kind of want to just... Oh, maybe he has the EQ. Well, I mean, I see this as a good opportunity to go into Mandibuzz. He's not gonna have anything that'll be super effective on Mandibuzz, so we'll be able to go in here and either Roost up or just get off a defog right away. He does go for the EQ, so that is perfect, because we keep our Electivire alive to either come in and do some damage later on, or we can fodder it off later, depends. Regardless, I'm going for the defog. Does not matter. He's going to go for the Dragon Claw, hit us on our weaker physical defensive side, because I am invested in special defense. That still doesn't do that much at all. Really wondering what kind of set this thing is running. But yeah, we get that defog off, so Sticky Web is no longer a problem. He's going to get hurt by more toxic damage. I think I would like to Roost up here. Part of me wants the Toxic, in case he switches out, but I'm going to Roost up first, try to get back up as high as I can. He's going to go for that Dragon Claw, and that'll take us down to like 45% of our remaining health, and we're going to get almost all of that back thanks to a Roost, which is great. And I don't know that he's going to want to stay in here, so I'm going to go for a Toxic, predicting a switch. If he stays in Dragon Claws, he's going to Fire Blast instead, which I'm specially defensive, so that doesn't do a whole lot, but he gets a crit. And yeah, that's unfortunately, that doesn't do anything for us. That doesn't do anything for us at all. I'm going to roost up again. I really thought he would switch and I could get a Toxic off on something else, but that's not the case. He's going to stay in, go for the Dragon Claw, and is that another crit? No, it's not. No, it is not. The Fire Blast was a crit. So we still get back up to almost full HP. We're at a good 80%, 85% of our maximum HP, so we're in a good position here. Salamence goes down, so I don't even know if we attacked it. I think we just stalled it out completely. Just with toxic damage. It's a bit unfortunate. I mean, I guess my team is a little bit on the bulky side. I mean, not really, though. I mean, Sceptile, Vanillux, and Electivire are all pretty frail Pokemon. The only two bulky Pokemon I really have are the Mandibuzz and the Alomomola. That's pretty much it. Now, this thing comes in. I wonder if it is... I wonder if you are specially defensive with like Heal Bell, or are you just going to go straight for the Dazzling Gleam? Could be offensive. I'm not really sure. I don't have a switch into Fairy types, which also is unfortunate. I don't have a Fire type, which would be a good thing to have for a team like this, because you've got a Dragon type and a Dark type, both of which are weak to Fairy, and I don't even have a Resist. I don't have a Poison type, I don't have a Fire type. Originally, I wanted to bring Crobat, but for some reason, I brought Mandibuzz instead. I think Crobat would actually fit a little bit better on this team because he still has the Defog, still has the Roost. Not quite as bulky as the Mandibuzz, but I need to make a decision, so we're going to go for the Toxic. He does have the Dazzling Gleam. I think we can take one of those. Yeah, we're not going to be able to take another one, though. We do get the Toxic off, which is great. I don't know that I want to just give up my Mandibuzz yet. Or do I? We Toxic the Togekiss. Got rid of the Salamence. Galvantula is gone, so I guess... No, we don't really need to. We can just rack up a little bit of Toxic damage. Right, what else does he have? That Arcanine, I'm not going to be able to do anything to that. So yeah, let's just go for a Roost in the off chance he wants to switch, but I don't think he has any reason to. He can look at my team and see, you know what, he doesn't have any resists. There's no point in going for anything but the Dazzling Gleam. So, just going to go for the Roost. He does stay in, goes for that Dazzling Gleam. Mandibuzz is going to go down here, which is unfortunate, but we put in a decent amount of work. Got to try to remember to get rid of Knockoff. Got to try to remember to do that. Or have a different Mandibuzz, but I would have to breed one, and it would be a whole big thing. Let's see here. I kind of want to go into Electivire because I should outspeed. I should. Togekiss is base 80. Should be safe to go into Electivire and Wild Charge here. Trying to think. Getting Togekiss out of the way will pave the way for Haxorus to come in late game and outrage everything in sight. So this is an important part here. We could go into Vanillux too and Ice Beam, or set up an Autotomize. But he's got the Arcanine, Machamp, Togekiss left. We outspeed all of those things, I'm pretty sure. I guess it depends on what Arcanine is running, too. Machamp is slow. Togekiss is rather slow. Yeah, we're going to go into the Electivire here. Because it's not really going to matter too much if Electivire goes down. We will still be in a good position. So I'm going to go for the Wild Charge. He may bring in the Arcanine here for the Intimidate. And that would be not a bad play. He's going to withdraw. Let's see what he goes into. It is going to be the Arcanine, so he's probably got the Intimidate. We'll see. Yep, there's the Intimidate, so we are at -1. And Wild Charge is not going to do much. I do pack the EQ, as you can see on the screen. But at -1, I don't know that it would be worth it to even go for that. So what is he going to go for? Maybe an E-Speed. Unless he has the Wild Charge, though, I don't see him being able to do much to Alomomola. So we're going to go into Alomomola here. And we can Scald this thing, we can Toxic it, we can do all kinds of fun things. All kinds of fun things indeed. There's the E-Speed. That's not going to do a whole lot. Wow, that does nothing. That does absolutely nothing. Now, do I want to throw up a Wish first, or do I want to Scald first? I kind of want to Wish first to see what he does. Because if he does pack the Wild Charge, he might go for that here. So we can tack on some recoil. And we may be able to pass this Whisk as well. He does have the Wild Charge. And that still doesn't do that much damage. He's going to take some recoil. An okay amount because Alomomola has such a huge HP stat. As you can see, 272 HP at level 50 is craziness. It's craziness. Now that we got that Wish up, I'm not going to Protect. I'm going to go for the Scald. And we'll see what he wants to go into. I'm guessing the Togekiss might come in, and that's the only reason I want to Scald instead of Toxic, because at the very least we'll get a little tiny bit of damage off. Not much, because Alomomola's offensive stats are poop, but it's better than nothing. We don't want to give him free turns and free switches. At this point, having Rocks up would be great, because the Arcanine is weak to it, and the Togekiss is weak to it, and actually the Galvantula would have been weak to it too, so this team was kind of Rocks weak. Trying to think, did he have anything to get rid of Rocks? Oh, I guess the Togekiss could have the Defog. He is going to switch, and he's going to go into the Togekiss, so I'm glad I did not Toxic. I'm very glad, and we're going to get most of our HP back as well. That Skull doesn't do much. He's probably packing a recovery move, be it Wish or the Roost, so wearing this thing down isn't necessarily the greatest thing ever. What do I want to go into now? I don't know that I really have a switch in. I could switch into Sceptile, but I don't have any attacks that can do anything. I mean, that would just be foddering him from full HP, and he can still outspeed and deal a decent amount of damage to that Machamp. So I kind of want to Wish to see what he's going to go for. If it's just going to be the Dazzling Gleam or what. We don't really know. Yeah, I'm going to Wish. I'm going to try to Scout here. Oh, the Nasty Plot. Okay, I'm a little bit afraid of that. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. I don't really like that so much. I don't like that at all, actually. So we see the Toxic damage, and he may try to Roost here, which would be terrible. I don't want to go into Haxorus, even though I have the Poison Jab. I don't really want to go into him because that's just not going to be a good time. That is not going to be a good time. Let's go ahead and go for a Scald. Please don't Roost. He's going to go for the Air Slash. And was that a crit? That's not a crit. That just does so much damage. We get a little tiny bit of damage off due to the Scald and the Toxic. It's not going to be enough to take him out, though. Wow, that's crazy. If he wants to stay in here, he's going to go down. He knows I have the Protect. And I think that's obvious, but I'm going to go for it anyway because I want this Togekiss down. Yep, he's going to stay in. Maybe he forgot that I had it. I did only use it once, I believe. But he's going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. Maybe on the off chance that I try to switch Haxorus in, but I would never do that. And the Togekiss is going to go down. I don't know if that was his best play. It's very possible that he did not carry the Roost. We saw Nasty Plot, Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash. We still, I think, did not see the fourth move. So, I don't know. Maybe it was Defog. I don't really know. Maybe it was something else. Maybe just a coverage move. Aura Sphere, maybe. That's possible. That's very, very possible. I kind of want to throw up another Wish here and then either Protect to get my HP back or switch out to something. We'll also be able to Scout. I'm pretty sure that he is no guard and he's going to go for a Dynamic Punch. But I would like to see what he wants to do first. We actually outspeed this thing. What? The champ is so slow. There's the Dynamic Punch. It's not going to be enough to take us out, I don't think. No, that doesn't do nearly as much as I figured it would. I really don't want to just... I mean, I would like to Scald it, but at the same time, I don't know that that would be the best thing in the world to do. I don't know. Because if we get a burn, it's possible that this Machamp is packing the... No, he's not packing the Guts. Never mind. No, he hit with Dynamic Punch. He's carrying the Dynamic Punch. He's not Guts. He is no guard. So we can go for a Scald. We outspeed. Can we get a Scald off? We can. We break through the confusion, which is great. And Scald doesn't do anything. No burn. We see the Poison Jab. Maybe predicting the Sceptile to come in. I don't really know. but we do get quite a bit of our HP back there. And at this point, I want to wish again. We are still confused. I mean, unless we break out of confusion this turn, I don't think that's going to happen, though. Wow, we only have 12 minutes left in this battle. We're still confused, and we're going to hit ourselves in confusion, and we're going to get hit by another poison jab. At this point, he may just be fishing for the poison. It's very possible. He's not getting it. Going to try to throw up a wish again, and, I mean, oh, we're going to snap out of confusion. Third turn. Normally, I'm confused for 5 turns, so I will take that. We get the wish off, and he goes for the dynamic punch, predicting me to break out of confusion, which is the worst possible thing that could happen. Really? You really just want me to be confused that badly that we have to rely on hacks here? I guess we have to protect. Unless I want to try to pass this to something. But I really don't have anything that I want to pass it to. Really don't. I really, really do not. So let's just go for protect. We are confused thanks to the dynamic punch, and we're going to hit ourselves in confusion, so Alomomola is going to go down here due to hacks. Great. Great. That is just awesome. Now we cannot wall the Arcanine, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Not really happy about that, to be honest. I kind of want to go in here with Haxorus and just kill everything. But, looking at his team... Vanillux is not going to be very useful. So I'm going to send it out here to try to get as much damage as we can on something. He may very well send in the Arcanine here. And if that's the case, I guess we have to fodder off Electivire and then come in with... I don't know what. Let's go for the... Let's go for the Ice Beam. He's going to stay in here to kill me off with the Dynamic Punch, but we're going to get some damage off due to the Ice Beam. That's a good amount of damage to the point where I'm pretty comfortable coming in with anything else to get rid of this thing. So hopefully he'll stay in and let it go down. We won't have to deal with any more confusion nonsense. Do I want to go into Haxorus at this point? I kind of do. No, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea because if I try to Dragon Dance on him, he's just going to do Dynamic Punch shenanigans. He actually may be packing the Ice Punch too. I don't want to mess around with that. So let's go into Sceptile. And we should be able to finish him off with a Giga Drain. That should be enough. Do I want to risk that? I don't know if that's the best idea. Huh. Yeah, that might not be the best idea, actually. Now that I think about it, to try to risk... Yeah, let's go for the Leaf Storm. I feel like that's safer. He's going to withdraw. I'm guessing the Arcanine is coming in. Yeah, there's the Arcanine. And he's going to get the Intimidate off. Leaf Storm is going to do an okay amount. I mean, it's a resisted hit. I mean, unless he's specially defensive. He could be physically defensive. He could be... I don't know what he could be. Wow, that does more than I thought it was going to. Huh. Interesting, interesting. We don't need Electivire anymore. So I'm going to send him out here to die. Basically, he's just fodder, and nothing else. Nothing else at all. And there's the E-Speed. So we could have stayed into Leaf Storm. He wasn't even going for a Fire-type move, which is interesting. Interesting indeed. Now we can go into Haxorus because he can't intimidate us. Cannot intimidate us. I don't know that I want to set up a Dragon Dance here. I think I just want to EQ to get rid of this thing. So that's what we're going for. He is going to go for the E-Speed, because I didn't want to take multiple E-Speeds. I wasn't positive what the investment was in this Arcanine, so I didn't want to risk it as far as getting a 2-8 KO. I know that Haxorus has like base 90 physical defense, but it still wasn't worth it. The Arcanine's going to go down there, so we are even at 2 Pokemon apiece. We've got about 8 minutes left on the timer. I don't think it's going to take that long, but we'll see. We shall see. What are you going to go into now? Machamp does not outspeed. No, it does not outspeed. You're not going to be able to live this. At this point, is Outrage the best play? I honestly can't think of the remaining Pokemon. It's not Togekiss. Having a little bit of a brain fart. I'm going to go for the Outrage, though. We really don't have any other play. EQ, I'm pretty sure it would be enough to take out this Machamp, but I don't want to risk it in case he has the Ice Punch, and I really don't want to get confused. So Outrage is going to take this Machamp out. He's got one remaining Pokemon, and we will see what it is here in a second, because I'm having a little bit of a brain fart. It's the Heracross. I don't know that we can not outspeed. We do outspeed. I don't know that we can one-shot this thing. Oh, we don't outspeed. Never mind. He's going to get a close combat off. And that's going to finish us off. Wow, we're going to lose this match. Why did I think we outsped? Oh, maybe because I'm Adamant? And he's Jolly. And he's going to get a Moxie boost. So we're going to go down to one hit here. Yeah, that's the match. Wow, that is really unfortunate. So our streak is going to come to an end here. Because we have HP Fire, but that's not enough to take this Heracross out. Unless he goes for a Mega Horn and misses. We are donezo. We are donezo. There's the HP Fire. It does a good chunk. But he just goes for the close combat. He's at +1 attack. There's no way we're living that. It's from a Heracross. Nope, we're just going to go down. So that is a loss. And I can't help but think back to the turns with Alomomola and the confusion coming into play. I should have switched out. And in retrospect, that is what ended up really losing me the match. So that's what happens when you make a bad decision and stay in when you're confused. Hitting myself a couple of times there ended up, those free turns that my opponent got really just kind of pooped on me. But looking back, I don't think I could have made that many different plays. I feel like I played okay. But our opponent just came out on top here, so he played well as well. Well also. That's going to bring our record to 6-1 for the BattleSpot 6v6 series. So our winning streak is over, and now we need to focus on just staying ahead. Let's not just fall into a big losing streak. I'm hoping we don't lose more than like 2 in a row. That would be fantastic if we can stay away from the 3-game losing streaks. But yeah, so with that being said, do I have anything else I want to say? Now make sure you're writing in the comment section below if you're okay with bringing the same team 3 times in a row. I know I do that for the other BattleSpot series. I mentioned earlier on in this series that this was only going to be 2 times in a row, but I'm feeling the 3 times a little bit more for a bunch of different reasons that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. But with that being said, that's all for this time, guys. So I will see you all for the next episode. But until then, game on.